Hello, 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 everyone. I'm Victoria Finch, and I'm an international speaker, and I'm also a transformational mindset coach. And today, I wanted to share a story with you about what happened over the weekend and how we can find joy and peace and just enjoyment in whatever we do. So this weekend, I decided that I was going to take a trip to Ohio. And while I was there, I was going to try to find a beach. Yeah, I know Ohio is landlocked. There are no beaches in Ohio. But anyway, I thought maybe I could find a water park or something to go to. So my niece and I, we set out on this journey to go to find water in Ohio. Well, Cincinnati, Ohio is where we decided to go, and Cincinnati is landlocked just like Indianapolis, Indiana is. So we're driving, and I had, Googled a beach, and we ended up at this park. 2.5 hours later, we ended up at a park with the name of beach in it. And there was a time when I would have been so upset by that, thinking that I'm driving to a beach when I'm actually just driving to a park with no water. But instead, I took a pause. And I looked at my niece and I said, you know what? It was a beautiful day for a drive. We got out of the city, and why don't we just go visit some family? So I went and I visited some family in Cincinnati. And as it turned out, it was a wonderful experience. What we ended up doing was going over to see my niece and nephew. And in a conversation, anyone who knows me knows I love sunflowers. So we were talking about sunflowers, and my niece pipes up and she says, hey, there's a sunflower garden about 2 miles from here, about down the street. And I was just so elated to hear that there was a sunflower garden. So we had a fun time with the family, and I ended up going to the sunflower garden, and it was beautiful. And all I could think of was, God may not have led me, or I may not have made it to water, may not have made it to the beach, but I was allowed to experience a sea of beautiful, lovely sunflowers. And what that really brought to mind for me was, how often do we think we're going to do a thing, or we're going to have something turned out a certain way? We always have these preconceived notions and ideas in our mind. And when they don't turn out, instead of looking for alternatives and instead of looking for the beauty and the joy and the gratitude in the situation, we get upset. Now, my whole day could have been ruined yesterday. I could have been upset. I could have said, I drove 2.5 hours and here we are. My niece is with me. It was hot. I could have been bothered. But instead, I stayed open to the possibility of what I could do to make the day better. So when you're suffering through some type of agitation, when you're upset, when things don't turn out the way that they should, take a look around you and find something to be grateful for. Find something else that you can do. Find the joy. The joy is always there. It's just that it gets buried with a bunch of negative stuff. And we spend a lot of time in the me, what's in it for me. And we don't take the time to look at the glory that God has given us. The health, the fact that just to have the ability that I can take off at a moment's notice and drive 2-3 hours and do what I want to do, that I'm not tied to a 9-to-5, that I have the resources to do that. All of those things are worth celebrating. Whenever you find yourself in a situation that's difficult or it's not what you expected, take a moment. Take a moment, take a breath before you get all upset and frustrated and bothered, because raising your blood pressure does nothing anyway. When you get upset over something, it doesn't change the situation. So instead of getting all hot and bothered, find something to be grateful for. Find the joy in it. Find the peace in it, because everything has peace. We just have to find it. It's all about figuring out how to live in the moment. I am offering a free masterclass next Monday. If you'd like to have a little more confidence, every once in a while we all kind of lose our confidence. Maybe a big speech, maybe a big presentation. I am offering a free class. I will put the link in the comments below. If I've said something that resonates with you, please click like, love the video, share the video. If you find yourselves in negative situations, just reflect on this. Reflect on, how can I turn this into a positive? What can I find to be grateful for? I love you all. I'm Victoria Finch, international speaker and transformational mindset. Things don't always turn out the way we want, but we can choose how we react to it. Love you all. Bye now.